Life could be a dream. Life could.
Welcome back, guys. We are in the studio doing some video editing, and I realized I needed to introduce my new series. So we're going to do a monthly video, guys, where we're going to showcase 3 other channels: sledding, off-road, anything cool video. So today we're going to start with that, and then after that we're always going to usually follow up with an introduction to a driver, another YouTube channel, somebody that we're hoping to work with. So I have already filmed and recorded this recording, so that'll be at the end of the video. But for now, we're gonna start, and we're headed to Six's Performance on YouTube. They're a medium-sized or a smaller YouTube channel, actually out of Alberta here. They're a sledding channel, guys, and if you guys know, I'm into sledding lately. And their video that I'm going to pick today is called Full Throttle Rip It Up, and it's going to be up in the corner, should be over here, yeah. So I'm going to have a little bit of a sneak peek of it up in that corner, and they're also going to be linked in the comments below. Awesome video, guys. These guys put out some of the best low budget, and I say low budget because no matter what, it's expensive, camera gear, sleds, but these guys put out some of the best content for what I'll call amateurs, and they're not amateurs by any means. So great job, guys. If you see this video, keep it up. I hope to meet with you guys one day, and absolutely killing it. The next video we're going to talk about is dirt lifestyle. Not exactly an off-road video, but it is. As you guys remember, we went to Ruby Falls. Didn't go quite as planned. If you haven't watched that video and the follow-up to that video, there is a link below, and there'll be a little tab here to click now. But he goes about the 10 things he won't go off-road with, and I've watched the video. He killed it. It's exactly the same stuff I preach to people. Sometimes you don't go with enough. Sometimes you go with too much. Sometimes it's about making it simple. KIS, keep it stupid simple, or KISS, KISS. Anyways, guys, I highly suggest you watch the video and take a look, and I would suggest if you aren't subscribed to Dirt Lifestyle yet, I suggest you do. And third, we're actually not going to mention a video because I want to talk about 2 events. Most avid off-road racing fans already know what's coming up very soon, and that is King of the Hammers. Guys, the first week of February is an absolute amazing time for off-road racing and off-road enthusiasts as Hammer Week starts up. I highly suggest, if you've never watched a Hammers, take an opportunity and take a look at King of the Hammers Ultra 4 race. There's a bunch of Canadians going this year. Brink Fab, we've got True North Racing. I think I know of at least 6 or 7 Canadian rigs alone going, and best of luck to all you guys. I'll be watching. Unfortunately, most of my watching is going to be in the evening. I'm going to try and watch from my phone while in a training course, but I'll do my best. The next one I want to talk about is a little bit of a smaller, and not even that much smaller of a racing circuit, but Mountain Mafia has Deep Freeze coming February 14th through 16th. So about a week and a half later. This is an open wheeling winter event, and this one I believe is in Idaho. It is in Idaho, guys, and I'm going to have pictures for both. This is their first annual winter heads up race, guys. I'm hoping to see some really cool videos come out of that, just to kind of get me more pumped. This is a 4x4 side-by-side 4-wheeler snowmobile and snow bikes event. If I could get my way down there, I would. We'll see. I do have the vacation time, but it takes a lot of money to up and pick up and go, guys. So that said, guys, that does kind of lead up to my next portion, and we are going to be interviewing a Ultra 4 racer in a 4600 class, so in the Everyman Challenge. She is new to the scene of racing. She's been around for quite a time, and a personal friend of mine, Amber Turner. And we're going to get right to it. I'm going to get the video let to do all the talking, guys. And you know what, guys? Again, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you use that notification button. And most of all, guys, let me know what you see. Send me some hints. Once a month is kind of the goal. If I get enough hints, I will do it every 2 weeks. We're going to showcase smaller channels, bigger channels, just kind of cool 4x4 videos that I thought I enjoyed, or maybe somebody sent me and I really enjoyed. You guys, stay classy. Enjoy the interview. Hey guys, I got my first guest of 2020. We're going to do a little bit of, like I said, in the new bit of series here, where we're going to introduce some of the racers, off-roaders, obviously snowmobilers as we get into that. As you guys know, we're 2 videos in now. You're like, yay, snow. Keep it there. So I have Amber Turner. Yeah, Amber Turner with me here, guys. And she's out of Nevada now. So Amber, why don't you introduce yourself? Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, your rig, and what's kind of going on in the background.
So here's the background. This is my Samurai. I'm racing it in the 4600 stock class in King of the Hammers in 2020. So I've got like 27 days until we head out there.
Crunch time.
Yeah. I grew up in California. I'm used to doing Rubicon. That's like my home trail, and done Fordyce, and I've done Moab, and been all over the place. And I throw this thing at the hardest trails I can. So I'm like, why not do King of the Hammers, right? So
Hammers.
Hammers.
So do we know, like, it looks like you're on 33s in the background, right?
No.
31. What's how big?
31s.
31s. So are you going are you going to Hammers on 31s? That's you are going to Hammers on 31s. Do we know if anyone's raced on 31s before?
I don't know if anyone has. I don't know if anyone hasn't. So
I'm pretty sure, like, the Toyota that won the 4600 last year, I believe he was on 35s, correct?
Yeah, most guys, that's the maximum tire size for that class. So most guys will run the 35s. Yeah,
which
whatever
is
works for them.
Crazy. You're going to go on 31s. And, like, guys, I don't know if you've ever watched any Ultra 4 Hammers racing, and I've watched lots. I've done a little bit in person, like, many years ago. I was hoping to get down this year, and of course it didn't work out whatsoever. Scheduling, good old scheduling conflicts. I needed to get down and see Amber because we have unfinished business with a bottle of whiskey.
At least one.
That's it. It's just at least one. So if you don't know what Hammers racing's like, 37s on my Land Cruiser looks appropriate, and I'd struggle on 37s. There's obstacles. Yeah, exactly. You can tell that's smart ass. I got the horsepower. I'm sitting there going, man, 31s. So that said, what do you think your biggest struggles, obstacle-wise? Because we know the desert, slow and steady, right? Like, you're going to go as fast as your rig's going to allow you. Actually, anybody in Hammers, their rig is going to let them go the fastest they can. That's the desert. That's desert racing. If you don't have the shocks to do it, you'll end up you'll end up upside down. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, that's true too. When I was down there a couple weeks ago, I was doing some pre-running because I've done a couple of the trails. I've been attending Hammers for the last 5 years, so I've done a couple of the trails down there, and I was just kind of walking through whatever I threw it at. Like, one of the trails that stock class usually bypasses, which is Wrecking Ball, no problem for me. Like, between, and if I do have an issue, I have a winch going on, 8,000 pound Warren winch going on the front, and I've got a 4,500 pound Warren winch on the back. So I can pull myself wherever I need to go, or hang from a tree if I have to. So my biggest concern is just the desert section, honestly.
Yeah, and like I said, like having been in desert, like car 4502, the rental back in the day, the desert's just your comfort level. It's just a matter of you drive to your ability in the desert. And that's what I've explained to people. Like, your rig is going to tell you how fast you can go. And
you
then
better listen to it.
you absolutely do. And that's what I said. That's where driver skill does make a difference. And I think you'll learn that just in this year. Like, Hammers is the hardest race in the world for a reason. I don't care what anyone says. It's mental. You can hear my dog barking in the background. If you can't, it's supper time. So what got you into the racing aspect? Like, I know myself, there is an evolution of four-wheeling, off-roading. Like, you've been to Moab with myself, where, let's face it, we scared ourselves on one obstacle. That was
God, that day was fun.
might have been a little hungover, but but like racing, I'm striving to get there, but it's expensive, as you know. There's enough steel on your rig just that'll scare some people away, right? So racing, and like, I understand this year might be a little more personal in that regard. And so what's gotten you there? What's pushing you there?
So in the last year, I started doing rock crawling competitions. Last July was my first one. And actually July 2018 was my first one. And I placed second in that one, only because my dad placed first, because I spotted for him and he spotted for me.
Inter-family rivalry.
A little bit. But so that was my first one. And then my second one was this past May, was the Delta Classic Rock Crawl in Delta, Utah, which is like a We Rock event, but not quite sanctioned the same way. Anyways, I took first in stock class. And if I had gone one class up to Legends class, which is just like bigger tire size, less sheet metal, whatever, I would have placed third.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts, and it was so much fun. Of course, then I do super crawl back in June, and I placed like 7th out of 9. But it didn't break anything, so I wrote it off as a plus.
No, you're totally right, though, because like, you're going to Hammers, and like, I think if I'm jogging my memory correct, I think there's only one Canadian rig ever to finish. One. Dang. Exactly. Last year. I know, isn't it?
I gotta look out for that guy.
True North Racing.
Huh.
They got like 4 rigs. I think 4 going this year. I think they got a 4800, a 2 46s, and a 45. They finished in 4600 last year. I think 2nd, maybe 3rd. I'd have to take a look. But like, we've been going, like, there's been Canadian racers going like crews, like full Canadian racing, like Eric Brinkman, like his awesome IFS rig. It goes, right. It's fast. And we've got our Punisher series, which is now Ultra 4, like Ultra 4 North, right? As you know, has expanded this year.
Right.
Last year, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like I explain to people, like, when I tell people, like, why is Hammers so hard? I said, just look at the terrain, and it's not, like you said, you're not concerned about the rock section, you're concerned about the desert section. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that the rock section, and even like, you're doing stock class, and then there's the is it Smitty Belt? The Everyman Challenge?
Yeah, that's what I'm racing.
Yeah, that's what you're racing. And then there's the big race. And that's, I tell people, like, the first year we snapped an axle housing. Like, I think we were 20 miles in. We snapped an axle housing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, like, and then I think the next year was fuel. Like, and that's actually what BrinkFab got nailed by fuel filters, California fuel. It's
Yeah, no, I've actually been hearing the same thing in like the last week, because I just got my fuel cell all like put together right before I went pre-running, and then I'm like, well, I'm running foam, and the ethyl is going to degrade the foam, and then it's going to clog the filter, so I'm kind of going through that whole system right now.
So are you running an external pump? Are you running dual pump, just single pump? Like, what's your plan there?
It's mechanical. It's still carbureted.
Perfect. Oh yeah, it's a carbureted engine.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the reaction I get.
No, it's awesome because that is the spirit of racing. It's like I've made an offer on a Suzuki, an LJ 78, I think.
Oof,
My cousin,
yeah.
I know. I took pictures this past summer, and you were like, "What? Like, where did you find that?" Exactly. So like, and if you're paying attention, obviously there's some big things planned for 2020. So make sure you like these videos, because the more I get into this, and like, I don't know, have you looked to see where I'm at subscriber wise? It's kind of funny. In the last, and it's like, I don't make any money, like zero money from YouTube. I've done well in my life that I can just do this, right? Obviously, we need to get wheeling this summer, because I think
A couple of bottles of whiskey involved, yeah.
yeah, if we get to the wheeling, that'll be the interesting part.
Right.
Matt's gonna go, what? Man, I'm all off track here now. Sebastian kind of, like I said, this is kind of just going to be a bit of an informal. Why don't you pick up your phone? I believe you're on your phone, and walk us through this beautiful little Suzuki. Because I know if I don't, there we go. If I don't, Angie, if she's watching, is going to kill me.
All right. Like a walk around?
Yeah, let's do a walk around on the rig here. And like I said, we'll do some editing. So is that a pink? No way. That's a pink creeper underneath your vehicle.
Oh yeah. Can I change the camera to the outside camera or no?
I don't know. I haven't used it on an iPhone before. See if there's a flip button.
I don't see a flip button. Aha.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go.
Right. All right. So I'll just walk around this sucker really fast. This is the cage that I built to start doing the rock crawling competitions. I started it May of this year. And then like, since I've decided to do the Ultra 4 thing, I have to add a couple of tubes, like those gussets up there, and added those guys up there and that guy. And it's still got a little bit ways to go before it'll pass tech, but it's mostly there. Ties into my rock sliders down there.
Yeah, I think you pretty much need to.
It's got to tie into the frame, but just whatever's safe. This is my front bumper that I made and tweaked at pre-running.
Guys, I'm going to stop you there for a second.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, and you probably don't. Knowing Amber now, it's going to be coming up on 4 or 5 years. She's an awesome fabricator. So if you haven't picked up on it yet, this is her doing. This is her shop in Nevada. That's her welder. So you guys can be jealous. I'm sorry, gents. Exactly. I'd go show you my Rebel 285 and you'd tell me it's garbage. So
I think I already did that, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, she is taken, unfortunately. So sorry. So I see one big missing component.
That one?
Yeah. What's going on there?
It's right here. So I actually, like right before you called me, I just finished up the perches on the top, and I've got like a gussets and diff skid and stuff to go on it. So I'm like, you just said you busted an axle housing that first time out. Well, I'm building new ones. So front and rear, brand new housings. Going through everything, checking bearings. My third members are over here. Got like 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
So are you guys going to be carrying a spare third when you're out at Hammers?
I'll have spare thirds in the remote pits, but I'm not going to be carrying one in the rig with me.
No, that's kind of a waste of space. To be honest, it's going to take a lot of damage, and hopefully you can limp it if something were to happen. Because I
Yeah.
think that during the main race last year, that became a lot of obvious point to people that like ring and pinions. I think it took Shannon Campbell out of the race last year, even was ring and pinion. And I think that was mainly lubrication selection. They weren't expecting it as cold as it was, right? So
Right. Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
super cool. Like it's amazing because like having watched your Jeep, your evolution, just from like even Easter Jeep Safari pictures to just even when I met you and just following online, it's kind of cool just to even see it in video rather than just. And I hope, like I'm hoping we can get out some wheeling this year, even if it's just some light trail wheeling, because it's the spirit, right? That's what takes us
Great.
back to it. And then
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll let you take the wheel behind Rexus with some V8 powers to give you the giggles.
Oh, I'll hit some Revy.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I can't wait to watch you. So you'd be racing the Friday, correct? On the 7th?
Nope. I'm racing Wednesday the 5th.
Wednesday the 5th, that's right. The Bane race is the next day.
Right.
So for anybody watching and wanting to watch Amber, and you are Two Stone Racing, correct?
Correct.
Now, okay, let's go. What's the background history behind Two Stone Racing?
It's pretty straightforward. My first name's Amber and my middle name's Ruby, so 2 stones. That's all.
There you go. So that's actually very unique. That's different. That's a heck of a way. So anybody wanting to watch this little Suzuki, and she will not be the only Suzuki on the trail, which is kind of cool. The other one's not so much a Suzuki anymore, like this. Wednesday, February 5th, I believe. Because
Yep.
I'm training that week. Tune in, guys. It's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, and they have another one that they use, right? Probably right on King of Hammers webpage or.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go to ultra4.com/live, I believe is the actual URL, and it'll take you straight to it.
Well, guys, that's the end of our interview. I had a bit more content. It really wasn't going to fit the topic. It was more just banter and just catching up on Amber and my side. Amber, thank you for doing the video. It was awesome going through it. I really didn't even need to cut anything out. I just stopped basically right at the Ultra 4. If you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you can do me a huge favor, leave a comment below. It really means the world, guys. We're up to nothing but fun times on this channel, or at least we hope. And guys, if you are watching this and you would like to be on the receiving side of a video interview, let me know in the comments below, or send me an email to the email below, runningjoeoffroad@gmail.com, and we can discuss. I'm looking for wheelers, YouTubers, off-roaders in general, racers, obviously. If you are a Ultra 4 racer and you're racing in the big race, I'd love to have a chat with you before. I know it's crunch time. But needless to say, guys, have a good one. I'll see you next time.